Elfrida, her Tierra. Yes, Sunshine. I see y'all. I'm up here pretending I'm in Miami. Really. Kay, Frank, Jenny, Adrian, Biggie running around like a crazy. What's up, Caroline? Prayers to the people on the East Coast affected by Hurricane Florence. Hopefully, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me okay? Am I good on the audio? Royalty, yes. Ebony, Terrell, Bingeworthy, I see you. You know I'm playing today. You know I was in YouTube school today. I want to get like you when I grow up, Justin. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry, Meekly Young. Prayers to you and your family. I just wanted to come through today and say, "Ooh, what happened? Well, ooh, who is? Ooh, wait a minute, Nightbot. look, outspoken one. I'm sorry, I gotta look. Wait a minute, Nightbot. I don't know what's happening. I was like, what? What's going on? Outspoken what? I'm sorry. I don't know. Ooh, Nightbot came in here like a ninja on y'all ass and started like slashing. Look, outspoken what? Ooh, Zil, you gotta go correct Nightbot. You gotta. I don't know what's going on. But I wanted to say, hello to you guys. I know it's Saturday, everybody's chilling or whatever. I was up here playing around with the OBS and stuff, and so Zills is like, go live, do something. I'm like, well, I really didn't want to go live, not today, but I'll play around and stuff. And I want to do like a subscriber hangout to say hello to the people who have, suddenly flooded the squad. We got a whole bunch of new members in the squad. Outspoken one. Look, I'm apologizing to you personally because you shouldn't be timed out because I know you are a supporter. I think some of the whatever's in the thing is saying you can't use but XYZ number of emojis or something. I don't know. But I don't know. I can't put you back in there. Hold on. Oh God. Yeah, outspoken one. When you come back, just be careful. I will fix it, and I apologize from the bottom of my heart. I really, really do. But anyway, we here. We here. I didn't really have a topic. I just wanted to play around with the settings and stuff. And we have been playing around with like images and stuff. Look, I can do this. I could do this, and I can, just play my little housewives thing, and I can put my little backgrounds in and stuff. So I was just playing around with OBS today, and the moderator settings and all of this jazz, and wanted to come through. We could talk. I know, right? 600 settings is a whole lot. That's a whole lot. But besides all that, life's just been kicking my butt. I just been working, just like I came on for a few minutes yesterday as I was running around playing, landlord. I had to go and reset the modem for my Airbnb people. And I'm like, dude, just unplug it and plug it back in. I'm not understanding what's going on. Then when I got over there, they was like, well, what channel is ESPN? Like, now I got to be the Google too? Like, anyway. So in addition to that, doing what I do, I'm not gonna even like complain because as soon as I start complaining, people start using it against me. What I am going to do is persevere. I'ma stand strong. You know how they say if sink or swim, the only two options you have. I'm gonna keep swimming and I'm gonna keep going through what I'm going through until I get out of it. Yeah, the house is still on the market. We've been through two contracts. One contract fell through because of the financing, and the other contract, we're in the midst of going back and forth now. So hopefully, I have a solid transaction going on, and then I can be done with it. But other than that, everything is great. Everything is cool. Uh, Zill's Nightbot took over your job, honey. I don't know what's going on. I'm up here reading the chat like, hey. Like, hey, what's going on in the chat? Let me see. What else going on in these images? Hold on, let me see what this is. Oh, okay, that's a cute bubblegum one. We can talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. We can talk about oh, I'm so tired of the whole Nicki Minaj and Cardi B situation. I'm tired of that. Zills posted a picture of Tamar on the Wendy Williams show, and I think somebody put the caption and said that Tamar looked like EJ Johnson or something. It was just too much. Um, so that was another. I'm too confused right now. I'm looking at the Nightbot like, what is going on, Nightbot? Married to Man. Oh, okay. We can talk about Quad and Dr. G because I did finally see Dr. G's interview where he was spilling tea about Quad and how he and Quad had been sleeping in separate bedrooms for the bulk of their marriage. Yeah, that was interesting. And how, he always paid all of the bills and her money from the show and from her other, hosting gigs she kept for herself. Katt Williams and Wanda. Okay, let me finish with Dr. G first. I'm gonna touch on Katt Williams and Wanda. I'm definitely gonna touch on Katt Williams and Wanda. But Dr. G was interesting. Who knew Dr. G had a twin brother? We found that out. Dr. G was talking about when he got caught at the hotel, and how it was he who decided to speak out about it. It was an interesting interview. They said he is a doctor and a man. Okay, Benchworthy, he is a doctor and a man. I understand he needed his needs met. However, Jackie Presley, like, how, if you need your needs met, how do you end up with a notorious groupie who has been caught with several NBA, NFL stars in the past and tried to, extort them? Like, at the end of the day, like, you was on groupie patrol. I don't understand. Like, you could have got anybody in the world, but you end up getting somebody like that. But anyway, he threw a bit of shade at Jackie Presley, talking about the only reason he didn't complete the deed is because he smelled something wrong. And y'all know, that's the go-to read when there's an issue with a woman is her coochie stank or whatever. But it wasn't stinking enough for you to get that hotel room, Dr. G. But that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother story. In her side of the story, she claims that, she performed oral sex, he performed oral sex, and I guess he left to go get a condom, and when he left to come back, he thought about it and decided to go home. Exactly, SJ No Chill. Like, they was rolling around for a minute, but I feel like Dr. G must have went outside and Googled her name. Dr. G went outside and said, oh, shit, she did what? Because, my thing is, the only thing you had to do was Google her. You saw she was involved in a whole bunch of scandals. So, it's just one thing after the next. As you know, Quad was the one who filed for divorce, but Dr. G allegedly hasn't signed the paperwork yet, and Quad is saying, it's him that's holding up the divorce. He's saying she's holding up the divorce because she wants money. And the thing is, as he was explaining on B103, he was saying that, she kept all of her money from all of her gigs, from, Married to Medicine, from Sister Circle, and all of that. He never asked her for anything. And so why is she asking him for, alimony? Who knows? They don't have kids. We don't know what's going to happen, with the situation. But it was definitely an interesting interview. He made sure he had his attorney on deck. If you notice, Frank Ski called that one. We know you got your attorney here. So they was real, careful with the questionings. You turned off the night motherfucking bot Zills. You turned him off. I apologize to the people who are getting flagged and timed out. I don't know. He came in here with the guns blazing. Oh my goodness. But anyway, meanwhile, Dr. G got a whole fan club going on. It's a whole bunch of women want Dr. G. It's like he is a man's man. He's an alpha male, even though he's a nerd. He is. What is he doing? Let me see what. Oh my God. What's the number on emojis, y'all? One emoji per person? Because I'm like, he is timing people out for emoji use. But anyway, let me get back. Let me get my train of thought back together. But yeah, Dr. G, he said he's yeah, everybody's ready to give him some babies. I don't know, but Dr. G has a strange personality, a strange personality. Would I date Dr. G? I don't know him. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, he seems like a nice enough guy. I mean, I don't know him. I don't know him. But I mean, he chose quad, so I mean, I wouldn't be his type. I would be his type. So I don't know. You say his high pitched voice. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you can get over some things, but I mean, he seems intelligent. He seems like a nice enough guy. He's smart. He wants to take care of his household. I mean, I want a man like Dr. G. That's for sure. I want a man who, is want to take care of everything. So it is what it is. Now on to V103's interview with Katt Williams. Y'all need to go watch that interview because Katt Williams roasted everybody. Katt Williams got on Tiffany Haddish. He got on Kevin Hart. He got on Monique. He basically said Monique sold 300, however odd thousand tickets. He sold 3 million. Netflix gave her what they felt, based on her ticket sales. It wasn't personal. It didn't have anything to do with the quality of her content. It was all about ticket sales. That's why he got what he got, and that's why she got what she got. He was like, the same time Monique was on, the radio calling for a boycott, he was getting cut a 3 point whatever $1 million check. So he basically debunked Monique's whole theory in about 5 seconds or less. I love Katt Williams. I really do. But there was a lot of tension in that interview. If you watch it from the very beginning, when he first started talking, like Wanda's asking questions, Frank Ski's asking questions, and Katt is like cutting everybody to the quick. Like he's speaking over everybody, and people are saying he's a genius. You can't rein it in or whatever. And it seemed like they was trying to turn the interview a certain way, because when he was talking about Tiffany Haddish and he was saying, just because Wanda said Tiffany Haddish is real and she deserves it, he was like, no, just because you got a cousin that's real, you got an uncle that's real, you got all these people that's real, just because she's ghetto don't mean she's real. So that was an interesting dynamic. He talked about, how Tiffany Haddish sleeps with white men and this, that, and the third. She's the hood rat who sleeps with white men, so she got put on. And I was like, well, damn. And yeah, I do agree, Lolo, that he disrespected Wanda. People were saying, it was funny because he was like, going in about her weight, going in about her hair, saying she got a weave and all of this. And I'm like, and I know Zills is going to say I'm playing the black woman victim card, but I felt like Wanda Smith was the only black woman in the room full of black men. Okay. She was dogged out, and did neither one of those men have anything to say about her or what was going on. Katt shaded the fuck out of Wanda Smith, period, point blank. He shaded her. He said, what did he say? He was like, I got 19 inches of weave-free hair in my head. It was just a lot of problematic things that he was saying. So, I mean, yeah, he's a comedian and you can't rate in a comedian, but it was like, ooh, ouch, ooh. You say she started, well, how did she start it? What did she do? She just asked him, what did he cook for his kids? And she tried to throw in the fact that he had been to jail a couple of times. And then he was like, wow. But the shade that I felt like he really went too far at, when he was like, I'll be at Phillips Arena while you'll be at the little comedy show on the corner with Red, who happened to be a guest on the show. And then he tried to promote the show, but it was like, already shaded the little comedy club that they all gonna be at. So, I mean, dude. Yes, Wanda is a bad interviewer. She is. Let me see if I can play a clip of it. Hold on, let me see. Because I felt like it was that little last little bit of it. I was like, ooh, no, don't do it. Don't do it, Cat. Don't do it. Hold on. Let me see. I created something terrible that fell into the wrong hands.
Anyone we just Station V103, the ATL's #1 for hip hop. Right? Yeah. And then you're making the adjustment.
When he said,
whatever is necessary.
I said what they like.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. I said
answering.
what do they like?
Just because you're a poor interviewer doesn't mean.
I said you answer the question and just tell me.
Man, you're a strong black woman. Is it okay for me to answer?
You're a strong
You keep interrupting the answer. Everyone can hear it. It sounds like you like me a little bit. It's starting to bleed over the airwaves.
It is.
Oh, really?
I want to let everybody know that Wanda got some lipstick on right now with enough glitter for the 4th of July 2020.
That's right. Kissable lips.
So, okay, so what do you cook, Kat? All right, so the thing is, with 7, you become a good cook just because you got too many different opinions. Like 4 of these is daughters, so I got a daughter that only eats vegetables, and then I got a daughter that only eat meat, and I got a daughter that doesn't do dairy.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So you're cooking. You're cooking for whoever is 4 out of 5, right? Yeah. And then you're making the adjustments from there. So you might make lasagna, but you understand that only 4 or 5 people out of 8 are going lasagna. So then you have to do it and make 1 dozen
I'm trying to get to the part where he said about
adult
him.
here gets that glass of port reserve from
There you
Chateau Alon.
Chateau Alon,
and the
baby.
young children get that sweet tea from Publix, and there's a meal with a budget of about $64 that'll feed 7 people.
She tried.
All right.
I love it.
The hood education from Katt Williams.
Okay.
All right. Red Grant.
How many kids you got, one?
I have 3 boys.
Excellent.
Yes, I do.
Aren't boys simple?
Mm-hmm.
Aren't boys simple?
They can be. They can be.
Wanda knows she
I'm what?
She didn't do as much cooking in the latter years as she did in the beginning.
Whatever. I cook. I do it all.
I didn't say that you
Well,
didn't.
that's all right. I did it in the beginning and the middle and the end.
What's your favorite thing to cook? Your boys,
They like for me to. I do a really nice broccoli. They like my broccoli and they love my baked chicken.
Hey, right now, look up your phone and see what it takes to make broccoli, and tell me does it say heat up water? That's the only step in broccoli. Heat up water.
Simmer.
Have you ever heard of burned broccoli? Can you burn broccoli? You can't burn it because it's made in a pot of water.
You don't know nothing about.
You know what the second meal they love from it? What I do with corn.
Whatever.
I like to dig it out that can and I put it in there. And then I get a can of water and I put it on there. And then I get some Zatterlands. They don't expect that. I sprinkle Zatterlands on my.
But yeah, she came for his wardrobe. Then he showed her, it was Versace or whatever. And then he was like clowning her, saying, go to, you're the queen of Lane Bryant. He was going in. So it was, they're both comedians. She held her own or whatever. But where's the line? Where's the line drawn? You said Red's laugh make you laugh. It does. This is an open forum tonight, you guys. I'm just like here just to play around. So if y'all want to talk, we can talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. If you've seen the interview, let me know you've seen the interview. Zills, can you put the phone number in there? Because y'all want to tell me something, right? Because again, I just been around off these internet streets, trying to get my work in, trying to get this crap done. 840-3583. The phone number is 646-224-5980. The PIN number is 840-3583. He really did, Kayla. He like. Oh, I didn't like it. And then he said something about you big on the radio. Like he was going in on her size. He was going in on her hair. He said she had on a wig. Oh. Can you put the link in there, Zills, of the interview?
Please enter your PIN number.
You watching football?
Thank you. Joining the conference now. You are currently the only person in this conference.
So if y'all care to call, I'm here. I do feel like he was disrespectful. Wanda isn't a great interview, but there's been talk that he and Wanda actually, have had some words in the past. So Katt was acting like a woman. He was acting like something in the beginning, like you said she started it, but at the beginning of the interview, like he was actually over talking her. Every question she asked him, he was like over talking. And it seemed like towards the end of the interview, she was trying to over talk him. Overcompensate, because it is half her show. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how you gonna come to her show and disrespect? So he said she was rude first. How was she rude, Kayla? What did she say first? I'm trying to think. What did she say first? It was a little cringe-worthy, but Katt was a professional and Wanda shouldn't have tried him. True. I guess, look, there are no rules in war. We keep saying that, they was online. It was live. Nobody could stop it. And you can see Wanda saying, get out of here. And he kept going. Right, and Frank didn't say a word. And that's my problem. Didn't nobody try to stop it? Hello, caller 0515.
Is that me?
That is you.
Hi, this is Too Hot for You Too. How you doing, beautiful?
What's up? Too hot for you too? I hope you did. I hope the bot didn't ban you. I hope you good.
What'd you say?
I hope the bot didn't ban you for talking too much. I don't know what's going on with the night bot.
Oh no, But I was shocked when I saw that. So I was like, what's really going on?
Right. But what did
I say? I had to go ahead on and call it on.
Can y'all hear?
Old girl did get clowned.
She
did get clowned, but but she should have just backed off of that. You know what I'm saying? She just kept coming though.
She did, man. It's like Wanda kept trying to redeem herself, and Katt was digging in about the hair, about the weave, about the broccoli. I mean, but she did bring that out herself. It's like, what do you cook for your kids? Ooh, they like my broccoli. It's like, girl, you gotta do boil water. I'm trying to figure out. You couldn't think of a dish.
He gave her some leeway to try to pull it back when he started sharing what he was cooking for his kids and how he set their meals up. She could have changed the lane then.
Right.
she kept right on, kept traveling that old trail there.
Exactly. I don't know. Did you watch the Dr. G interview?
No, I did not see that one.
Okay.
But what I did want to ask you, did you get a chance, an opportunity to see the interview with Kathy Griffin?
No, on the Breakfast Club?
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I haven't
now,
watched
that
it.
You've got to watch that. You really got to watch that. She really, now she gave props to Katt Williams as well in her defense of everything. Well, let me go ahead and go back and just kind of go over that. She was presenting the fact that on the repercussions of that picture that she has shown, the headless picture of the president, and the repercussions that she received from that, and how she received no type of support from those in her comedic peer group, and not even anyone in the female realm or the LGBT community immediately. They did render support to her, but no one really came to her defense. Like the first, I guess it was like 9 days or so.
Wow.
And which was, that was really, my heart went out to her on that. But she said that Katt Williams was one that came, called. He immediately stepped up and reached out to her, and she said it was like maybe 3 to 4 days after the situation.
Oh, okay.
And he spoke a lot of truth to her, and so I have to give him his props. He definitely. You just got to listen to him. I mean, he's been talking this way for years.
Right.
He's. This is not anything where he's coming out brand new.
I think he's a low-key genius, but he's low-key crazy too. You know what I mean? Like, Katt got his own demons, the whole drug use. Like, when you watch the interview, he got one arm up and one arm down of the suit. You know what I mean? Like, I was looking like, okay, he about to snap any minute. I already knew something was going to go down. I didn't know what. Somebody put in the comments, like, it was at this moment that you knew Wanda was about to get roasted. It was like around the 12-minute mark. Like, Katt had this look on his face like, oh, I'm about to get this bitch. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I think he's a very intelligent man.
But it's on term when she started going after him about his hair. And I was like, okay, now why did she even jump off there? Why, I'm like, what's really going on?
Right. And she started calling him a girl and stuff. And yeah, they both, they both went too far.
And then off with the, but I don't do jail or something. I'm like, wait a minute, why would you even do a brother like that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You on the network, what? Come on.
Right.
But I don't know. To me, I don't know what the squad thinks. I'd be interested to know. And you as well, definitely you. I felt personally that she got in her feelings when he was speaking his truth on his perception of the whole Monique and Tiffany Haddish.
Yeah, because she was taking up for Tiffany quite a bit, and when he said that they bypassed a lot of good comedians, he didn't mention Wanda. You know what I'm saying? He mentioned Lunel and everybody else, and Wanda's a comedian too. But not to say that she felt some kind of way about that, but it just seemed like it was a little bit of shade thrown at that moment too.
And it was very interesting that, because that's what I said, they couldn't really call him a hater or woman baiter because he definitely stepped up and was speaking truth about the fact that those women, those comedic women, should have been contacted, notified, asked, or whatever about the opportunities that were just openly presented to her, and in actuality, to the things that were presented to Wanda at the time that they were presented.
Right.
A lot of people don't realize that she stepped out of a professional career of working with FBI. And went into, so that's where he's coming off that perspective. He's talking about the women that actually came up the ladder, came up the ranks.
Yeah.
And a lot of them were passed over. So you got to realize Wanda stepped into her own show.
Right.
So.
And Wanda, no shade to Wanda. I don't think she's that funny.
I'm sorry?
I don't think Wanda's that funny. Like, she's.
Oh, I like her.
I like her, but I don't think she's Lunel. I don't think, the jokes that she...
Oh, no.
Yeah.
But she's not supposed to be.
Right.
She's not supposed to be.
Right.
Comedy is like a bowl, a salad bowl. You don't want your lettuce tasting like your tomato.
Okay.
You want those distinctive flavors and taste and crispness and whatever, the continuity of that vegetable brings. That's the exciting part of it. When you have that salad, you have different textures, different flavors, that you have to work with to appease whatever appetites you may have at the moment. So, no, I don't think she's supposed to be like her. But everything about Lunel is not everyone's taste either.
That's true.
But that's Lunel.
Right.
But fact of the matter is that those individuals that have been out there coming up the ranks as Black females in that particular realm should have been contacted. And I agree with him on that.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I agree with him on that. But I'm not going to take too much of your time. I just had to come in and get my laugh on that. And what was up with the hot butt robot?
We're testing. I apologize to the people who got, slashed for using too many emojis, but we're testing. So we will adjust the number of emojis you can use.
Right. Okay.
I like to try new stuff. And he's in new stuff. So
yeah. And you look awesome too.
Thank you. I appreciate you
doing what you do.
Thank you for calling.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Oh, somebody called me on my personal line. Hello.
What are you doing?
I'm on live right now.
Oh, you on live?
Yeah, I'm on live right now.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and handle that. Tell you people out there, hey. And when you gonna come help me? Call me back when you get out.
I called you earlier. Call me in like 30, 45 minutes.
About 45 minutes. I'll call you when I get home. Okay.
All right, bye. I apologize for that. 2049, you on the line. Hello. Caller, 2049. Can you hear me? Hold on. Let me see what happened. Did I need to call back in? I don't know what I did. Maybe I hung up. I think I did. It's my fault.
Please enter your PIN number.
Hold on, yeah. I can't even see the chat right now.
Thank you. Joining the conference now. You are currently the only person in this conference.
You hung up before I got in. Dang it. Okay. Well, I apologize to the caller who was holding. I was trying to get back. Hold on. I am, because I am C. Patterson. I am. Caller, you can call back if you like. The phone number for those of you who didn't know is 646-224-5980. The PIN number is 8403583. Hold on. I was going to show you this picture. This is what I was trying to do, but I'm trying to get it to fit in the screen. Shout out to Justin who sent me this the other day. No, I don't be paying attention to that. Look at the housewives. Look at the housewives. Do y'all know who all these people are? Do y'all know who these people are right now? Even though it's blurry, can we see who it is? Do we know? I see Candy, Portia, Shamari. Tanya, Portia, Shamari, Candy, Cynthia, Nene, Eva. That's what I see. What y'all see? It's supposed to be blurred. Look, they're not holding peaches, so I suspect that, it's friends and housewives in this picture. But in order, I think that's what I see. Candy, Portia, Cynthia, Tanya, Eva, Nene. What? No, I don't think that's Nene at the end. I think Nene is with the silver dress on. Anyway, let me turn this off. Hold on. Yeah, I think Eva has Nene had the silver dress on. I apologize, Outspoken One. Are you back yet? Because there's some stuff. I don't know what's going on in this chat, but it is off the chain. It is off the chain. 6 wives and a friend. See, binge worth enough. 6 wives and a friend. Too many to keep up with. He said night coat, night I got the charcoal dress on. Well, anyway, you guys, what was going on this week? Oh yeah, I heard some drama online. People still got my name in their mouth. People still making videos. People still talking slick, and I'm still paying people dust. And I know some people are like, "Well, you need to go in. You need to do this. You need to do that." No, I don't. I need to keep people as irrelevant as they still are. So, y'all go to the other channels for that. I'm just here, just to be me. Just to be me, to sit here and play in my hair, and talk about the housewives, and talk about the blogs, and talk about Cynthia and her new boo. Remember Cynthia and her new boo was spotted kissing in LA, and people feel some kind of way about that. I'm laughing because somebody said they both can go shoe shopping together. Somebody said, but if she happy, okay. I'm like, that man got kids. How you know? You don't know what that man, like, how you just automatically call the man gay? I'm just trying to figure that out. Meanwhile, Cynthia is online. She done took on the man's last name. She like hashtag #CHeal on everything. And meanwhile, it don't seem like anybody really cares one way or the other. Seems like nobody really cares. Wait a minute, I think I have somebody on the line. I'm up here on the other thing. Hi, caller. Caller 4797. Hello. Oops. Hello, can you hear me? Hello.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi.
I don't know whether to turn the television down or what. If I can hear you.
Definitely turn the live off if you're watching it, so you won't be confused. Listen in the telephone. Who am I speaking with?
Yeah. Oh, this is Karen in Wisconsin again.
Hey, Karen in Wisconsin. What is going on?
Oh, girl, it's so beautiful here today. I'm just so glad. Yes, I'm so glad to see you on live again.
Thank you. And thank you for joining. It's beautiful here. We haven't got no rain yet. It was like drizzling a little bit, but it's still like sunny skies and stuff.
Yeah, so, I mean, what's the topic? Is it Katt and Wanda?
It was really an open topic. We were talking about Frank and Wanda. We were talking about the Katt Williams interview. We were talking about Dr. G and the tea he spilled on Quad. We were talking about the housewives and all the new blurry housewives, 6 housewives and a friend, we think. It's open. It's
a lot of stuff. Yeah, well, I think Dr. G should have known a long time ago that Quad was on something about him. You know, he should have known that Quad wasn't for him. But I guess I
don't know. It seems like from the interview that they had some type of arrangement. If she was already sleeping in a separate bedroom for years, as he so alleges.
Right.
But he was saying that, and then I think Frank Ski, somebody asked him like, why did you agree to that, or why were you okay with that? And he was like, well, I promised her that I would support her, on the show and through this reality show thing. And I'm like, well, that just sounds like they just had some agreement. Like after they got on the show, whatever, their relationship broke down or whatever the case may be. But, he was going to play it for the cameras. He was going to be okay. He was just going to be that husband because he was her, entry into it. If it wasn't for him, she wouldn't be on marriage.
He just had hope he was going to he just had hope that one day she was going to give him some, and That's all that was about.
Yeah. If you paying the bills and you doing this, I mean, how he got to have hope and you married this woman and have hope? Oh my goodness. That's grounds for divorce
She
right
played
there.
him. She played him just like Todd playing Candy.
See,
You can act like you like people and fool them real good. That's like Todd playing Candy. Poor Candy, I love her, but she ought to know that man don't love her.
I don't think Todd is playing Candy. I like Todd.
Yeah, he might not be playing her, but he don't love Candy.
I don't think Todd is
and her mother was right. He's just a friend. You know, she just sleeping with a friend. That's all it is.
I don't.
Especially after she got into it with his mother, when his mother was in it, after his mother died and everything. You know, he don't have no love for Candy. He likes her though.
I think Todd and Candy are in love. I think that they, that they support each other, and I think that their marriage is what marriages are made of. Like, regardless of.
I hope so, because I love Candy, and I hate to see her get played on, but I can tell that the man that he don't love her.
We talked about this. Me and a friend of mine talked about this last night. I was saying the person who controls the money controls the finances, and even though, like, just like we were talking about yesterday, when a woman helps a man too much, like, the man begins to resent the woman, and his ego comes into play, and people were like, well, she should still help him, and this, that, and the third, and I understand all that, but yeah, when it's the dynamics of money is involved, I don't know how things can work. But
gratitude breeds contempt. People don't appreciate having to be grateful to you. Gratitude breeds contempt, and that's what he feels for her. But he got a smile in her face, and he got his daughter down there now. But he's still thinking about it. How his mother didn't agree with none of that prenuptial and all that stuff before. But I hate to get on here talking about Candy, though. I hope she's not listening.
Let's talk about Cynthia and her new boo. Let's talk about them. Cynthia.
I don't know. Now, I know you like Peter. I know you like Peter.
I like everybody.
But I don't know how Cynthia was able. Yeah, I know. I know what you mean. That you like Peter, as But I don't see how Cynthia was able to kiss that man in his face. He hurt. I don't know how she did it for all the years that she did.
Who, Peter?
Oh my God! How did she kiss him in the face all them times?
Peter fine? You don't think Peter fine? Peter fine, old man.
Yeah, I think
Peter's very.
he is a hurt pistol. He's a total hurt pistol, and he didn't never love her either because she wasn't the type that he liked. They try to come up.
Oh.
So he got with her to come up.
Ooh. And
he just used her all that time. But, he got love for her now. Don't get me wrong. He got love for her. But, when you're looking for we're looking for real love. They didn't get the Candy and Cynthia didn't have that.
Okay.
And Nene never had it either. Nene never had it.
Never had wait. Nene never had what?
They never had real love with those men. They never had that. All they had was a gratitude, and that breeds contempt.
Oh,
yeah, they like them all right, but they didn't have love.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you look back on some of the things that they did together, I can just tell when people are in love or not. And those ladies didn't get love. Now, they were in that. Now, Nene, she loves Greg. But Greg don't love Nene.
What?
And Todd don't love Candy.
Okay, I gotta cut you off now. I don't know about all that. I feel like these couples, like a lot of, like, I couldn't say that Greg don't love Nene. I can't say that.
Well, I hope that someday they can. But I'm not saying they can learn to love them. But they'll have to change their behavior toward them. So I'm hoping that someday they can find love. So, and the same for all of us.
Oh yeah, the same for all of us.
Find true love, but it's hard. It's hard.
You're right. Well, thank you so much.
Because they don't want free love. They want to buy love.
Thank you so much for your call. I definitely appreciate you. all the way in Wisconsin.
Okay, yeah. And Wanda got what she was looking for. Okay, bye-bye.
All right, bye. Woo! Wanda got what she was looking for. Oh my God! You know what? As far as the housewives are concerned, we had this debate the other day too, because like with the Black housewives, the Real Housewives of Atlanta, if you notice, all of the men on the show, it's almost like the show wants people to believe that these men are taken care of. They're kept men, as opposed to the other housewives franchises where the women are kept. The women are, the housewives. Like the Real Housewives of Atlanta, it's like all the house husbands. And I mean, I don't know that that's a bad thing, but it's just, it's like you almost kind of like emasculating the black man to be, all the black men ain't shit and need to be taken care of by their women. And there's, it's kind of subliminal, but I see it. We talk about it all the time. Each and every one of them. You got to go get somebody who's in prison, or you got to go get somebody who, doesn't make more than you, or you got to go get somebody who, needs your financial assistance to get a club, or you got to go get somebody, like each and every one of the wives' husbands, seems to, have an issue with money. The women carry the man right, Lolo. They perpetuate the stereotype of the lazy black man. Is that what it is? I feel like as the show went on, I don't think it started that way. I just think it ended up that way because as the show went on and the women began to make more money, that's just kind of what happened. It's interesting. It's an interesting dynamic, but maybe, we may see a shift with Shamari coming aboard with Ronnie, with Tanya coming aboard with her husband. I think he's a judge or something. But yeah, we may see a shift. It wasn't that way in the beginning of the show. It just developed over time. Exactly. The more money they make, the more your life changes. It really wasn't nothing they could do. It was kind of organic. Everybody's making more money every season. More money, more money, more money. They looking better. The wigs are better. The makeup is better. The homes are better. Meanwhile, the husbands, are just the sidekicks on the show. They not making bank like the wives. So, that's because it's rare to find a successful black man. It's rare to y'all gonna get me started. It's rare to find a successful black man who is with a black woman, but it's not rare to find a successful black man at all. Don't get me started. You're preaching. Caller 5110, you're on the line. Why you hang up? You scared? You scared? Oh my God! Don't be scared. Jay Prince, what are you talking about? Why Zill's deleting your comments? Zills, you now you the neighbor. Let me see what's going on. The husbands are there for support. Why would you wait? Why would you put that on? Zills, what you mad about? Jay, call in. Look, I gotta hear this. I gotta hear you speak on this. I don't believe that about the women. All fans don't think like that. What am I missing in the chat? It's rare to find a successful black man that's willing to air out his business on a TV show. That's true too. That's true too. So Steph. Or, it's all about who Bravo chooses. There are some in Atlanta. There's a lot of women in Atlanta who, could have qualified for the show, whose husbands were successful as them, and they just weren't chosen. So, it can be an orchestrated effort, by the network, by the production company to make it appear a certain way, or, I'm all for conspiracy theories. We not spot Charlotte on people we don't know. What? Yes, like this video. Outspoken One, are you back? I want to apologize to you personally from the bottom of my heart. We are going to fix the problem. They take the checks. They know Bravo portraying the men like that, so the women are just as guilty. I don't agree with that, Zills, because you can the production company can only use what they give them. So you say they take the check, are you saying they should quit their job? Okay. Is that what you're saying? Caller 2049, you're on the line.
Hello, Michelle. ATLien Brown.
Yes, theme song come through.
How are you today?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm fine. Did you start on your book yet?
No.
Your hair is beautiful and your skin is flawless.
Oh, thank you.
And I just want to piggyback on the Katt Williams Wanda thing.
Yes.
He mentioned that his hair was perm free, but it wasn't straight and comb free. He has the little man syndrome.
I'm mad he knew how many inches it was. What you know about inches and weaves?
Yeah, why do you know so much about hair unless you work in a beauty supply store?
He said he got 19
and also,
inches.
He shamed her about her weight, and she could have turned it around and shamed him about his height.
Or his drug use.
Or his drug, yeah. Then it's like he bragged to the fact that he had 19 mugshots. And that's not nothing to brag about.
That he had never been in prison. He'd only been in jail. There's a difference between prison and jail.
And then he said something in reference to her having high blood pressure, but he used to be high without the pressure.
Oh, you ready to roast?
Yeah, I'm ready to roast. Well, this is Kay from D.C. I just don't like when a man sit up there and shame a woman. And
I didn't like that all three of those men sat there and giggled like three little schoolgirls while she was
and they
there,
laughed.
and okay, it was funny, whatever, but I still feel like somebody should have said something. Frank should have said something to at least divert it to something else. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody.
Yeah, he didn't even have her back, and that proves right there. They always say, strong black woman. We have no choice to be strong. We have to be strong. Because if we dealing with something like that, you have to be strong. But he's a little man. He's the type of little man that you sit up on the ottoman and just look at once a year by your family photos. He's that type of little man. He has the little man syndrome with the perm. I think he still think he's in Friday. Baby. Yeah, but I just had to say that because I laughed, and then I thought about it. He's roasting a woman, but he has his hair like a woman.
Right.
Yeah, but I just had to say that. I wanted to say hello and just shout that out because I thought it was wrong for three black men to let a little black man, roast this woman.
Yeah.
And in reference to her interviewing techniques, guess what? It's not the best, but she's working.
Right. And
I don't think she's very funny.
Show.
I don't think a lot of comedians are funny.
Right. And he was on her show. Like he disrespected her on her
show.
His
ass would have been escorted
allowed
out.
Her to be disrespected on their show. I just didn't like that.
Yeah, she should have gift wrapped him a straightening comb and threw his little ass out. But you have a great day. It was nice talking to you.
Thank you, and thank you for calling. I appreciate you.
All right.
Bye-bye. You said Wanda, a comedian, too. She could have got back. She got back as much as she could. I mean, she did what she could, but he was a comedian. What was he supposed to be, Oprah? No one saying he was Oprah. He was acting like he was Oprah at the beginning when he was spewing all those stats and those facts. And, he was coming out, holier than thou, talking about how Kevin Hart wasn't funny and somebody else was writing his jokes. And Tiffany Haddish need to get the same person that Kevin Hart had to write her jokes because she's not funny. So, I mean, he wasn't trying to be a comedian then when he was spitting game, Caller 5110.
What's up, Michelle? This is Just AB from the chat.
Hi, Just AB.
I'm gonna say my real name.
That's all good. So what do you think?
Hey, I was calling. Okay, so this is what I got when the interview first came on. It seemed to me that she was a little shady towards him. So like when she was introducing that other comedian, she kept going on like, "This is my favorite. He's the best." Blah blah blah. To me, I took that as it being a little disrespectful to Katt Williams. That was just my
observation. But
observation.
were they there promoting Red's show though? It was Red's show. Because if you watch it to the end, when Katt shaded her and was like, I'll be in Phillips Arena while you be in the little comedy club, whatever, in Comedy Corner. And then he was like, where Red is going to be this weekend. I'll be there too, supporting. So it's kind of like he threw shade, but then came back, tried to like promote it.
True. I mean, yeah, towards the end, but like in the beginning, to me, I just felt like she was poking the bear from the very beginning of the interview.
Okay. Well, I feel like he was a guest on their platform. Not to say that
that's true
he
though.
Didn't have to voice his opinions and everything, but he was like real nasty towards the end. Like you can when you watch the interview, you can see the shift. You can see he like, oh, I'm gonna get her. Because in the beginning, he was cutting her off. He was cutting her off. And then it seemed like she, as the co-host of the show, was trying to get control of it again by asking him about the kids, by talking about other things. And she started talking over him, and he was like, "You're cutting me off. You're cutting me off." But he was just cutting her off on her show. So it was a a little tug of war going on, and it was interesting. But yeah.
Yeah, I definitely feel she lost the interview. Mm-hmm. I do feel that Frank probably could have chimed in. But let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So what if it was 3 women in the room and 1 man, and they were going after Katt? Would it have been different then? You know what I mean? Like, would you feel that the other women should have stepped up?
If it was 3 women in the room, I think 3 women, somebody would have stepped up. Because as soon as you start talking about a woman's hair, you start talking about her cheap ring, her wedding ring, and all this stuff. You can get it at the corner store, whatever he was saying. When you start trying to say little slick shit to her, I feel like the women would have stepped up. The men, they were sitting there giggling like, oh yeah, she deserves it. She's just a black woman. Just like they say the black women are the least respected species on the planet. We could go there in this situation because all of the things he said, he called her an angry black woman. He did all of the things that, men do when they want to make a woman feel like shit. And that's fine if that's what you're going for, but that's what he did.
Yeah, but she kind of did, to his defense a little bit, she kind of did the same thing, when she started calling him girl. That's kind of like the first immediate outlet for a woman to just frame a man is when he...
right. Both of them were wrong in this situation, but he went for the jugular on her show. You know what I'm saying? He did. I do blame the other men for not stepping up and saying something. If not defending her, at least, getting him off of her to start talking about something else.
True. Yeah, I mean, or at least they could have went to commercial break.
Red was just sitting there giggling, because he was a guest as well. He's sitting there giggling, and Frank's sitting there giggling too. They giggling like 2 little girls,
right?
And they contributing to the conversation. It's 4 people in the room.
But you can tell from the beginning that, Katt wasn't there for the shit.
Yeah.
You can tell by his facial expression.
You could.
Yeah.
You could. But I was looking, like I said earlier, he had one sleeve. You got on a whole suit. A whole suit with a shirt and everything, and you got the suit and the jacket pulled up on one arm and the other arm down normal. It's like, where'd you go? That was some cracky stuff. Now I ain't saying he was on nothing, but I was looking at his suit like, what's going on? Like, why he got that arm up and that arm down? It's like, okay.
he could have fixed that a little bit, but But yeah, I just thought it was a pretty interesting interview, though.
Yeah, it was
pretty funny.
And he did a lot of bragging, and and I'm about to throw some shade right now, but one thing I know, because I know a lot of cokeheads and a lot of crackheads and a lot of people who do drugs, right? So one thing I know about cokeheads is that they speak with conviction. They will tell you something as if it's the gospel, and it will be a straight up lie. And that's how I saw Katt Williams talking on, you know what I'm saying? Like he was on like that coke gospel. Like he was, spitting game, and some of it was true and some of it was not.
Yeah.
But like the biggest, drug head, is probably the smartest person, because they speak with, like they're a genius. And you listen to it, and you're like, dang, he really,
right.
That makes sense.
Well, that's kind of like what they say about drunks. The drunk speak a sober mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I get you on that. But so, what did you think that was? What was so false about what he was saying?
Which part? I'm not saying any of it was false, because I do feel like there's a lot of situations in comedy that he spoke truth on. But throwing shade, he and Kevin Hart have had beef forever, for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on with him and Tiffany Haddish, but him speaking on both of them and calling them out specifically and calling Rail ugly and the things that he was doing, that had nothing to do with the state of comedy and how comedy is, you know.
That's true.
You know, so I just feel like it was a lot of things that he said that was mean-spirited and, you know, coming from a place of, you know, I don't know, like hate or whatever, but you know, like I said, he spoke with conviction, like everything he was saying was true. So you know, let's give it to him.
Yeah.
But watch it again, and see what I'm talking about. I like Katt Williams.
I will. Oh,
I like
me,
Katt Williams, but y'all know Katt Williams be fucked up. That ain't no secret. That man was chasing somebody on a scooter at Target that time. Like, are you kidding me? He was shooting people in Walmart. He showed up at the damn Fox Theater and ran out talking about he had spiders crawling on him or whatever. So you can't say that Katt, like, come on. Anyway.
Didn't he get beat up by a little kid or something like that?
He got what?
Didn't he get beat up by a little kid or something like that?
Yes, he got to fighting with little kids. Yes. Yes.
And that went viral, y'all.
I mean, you know, he's Katt Williams. You know what I'm saying? He's a genius in some respects, but he got his own demons, and we know that. So we see him, you know, it's probably the drugs that make him so funny. So anyway.
Right. But I do think he made a lot of sense about what he said about the numbers. You know, if Monique only sold out 300,000, that's what she's offered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when he said Netflix ain't knocking on your door, like you went to them, like Netflix ain't seeking you out. Yeah, he was. Yeah, that was a decent, you know, part of the interview.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I just wanted to call in and give you my thoughts on that.
Well, thank you so much for calling in.
All right, Michelle. But take care.
All right, you too.
All right, bye.
You are currently the only person in this conference.
I have talked about a bunch of nothing for an hour. I have thrown my shade. I have said what I was going to say. If you haven't already, go and check out the 2 interviews. The Dr. G interview, the Katt Williams interview. There's a lot of posts on the site. The post with Cynthia and her new boo kissing, all of that. So you said he sounded good. He's a hater. He hated on Kevin Hart, Tiffany, Carmichael, Rail, anybody getting big opportunities. Yeah, he did hate a lot. But, I mean, he said Katt is funny. It's no lie. Katt is hilarious. Katt is very hilarious. So I'm going to check out the other show, the Breakfast Club show that y'all say I missed. And yeah, I may be back a little later. It is Saturday, and you know, I was just coming through to play with you know, the scenery in the background and play with the live and the green screen on the live. I'm having fun. I like this. Now I can start doing some other stuff. Like yeah, I can start like, oh, I forgot to talk about, let me see, is this the this is so shady. Ooh, I can blame somebody for this. I ain't gonna even show y'all. I can blame somebody. Ooh, that is so shady. Oh my God. Hold on. Oh, wait. Oh my God. But Cardi B. This new picture came out of Cardi B and her draws from the fight. So everybody's talking about that, you know, if you care, whatever. Everybody's waiting on Cardi to speak out on, you know, the situation. So anyway, you guys, yes, rest in peace, both of them, Shar and John, or however you pronounce it, rest in peace. Thank you for tuning in. Jay, you want to call in? Okay, I'll let you call in. I'll stay on for a second. Hold on. There's the number. Let me call back into the thing. You said, who cares at this point? Exactly. We tired of
Please enter your PIN number. Thank you. Joining the conference now. You are currently the only person in this
Okay,
conference.
Jay, call in. I'm waiting on you. Biggie is over there sitting on the sofa, lying on the sofa. Why y'all want to talk about my love life? Why do you care about my love life? Why do you care about my love life? No, we don't need to talk about me. We need to talk about everybody else. I am a blogger who blogs about celebrities. You better hurry up and call Jay before I hang up. You better hurry up and call Jay before I hang up. Jay, please hurry up and call before her live goes. Did I join the league? Actually, I'm on the league, Sunshine. I've been on the league for a minute. Caller 4565, you are on the line.
Hey, Michelle, it's Jay.
Hey, Jay.
I was calling because I was trying to see what's Bill's problem. Bill's problem. I wasn't saying anything in the chat wrong. I was just saying I agree with Katt Williams. I don't think he did anything too wrong.
Oh, okay.
And I was saying,
well, maybe it was
I feel like you need a man because it's always black men bashing. And that's why I said I'm coming. I don't know what he wants.
I can't hear you.
I said, there's a lot of black men bashing. I said, you need a man in the comments, but I was just joking. So I don't know what he took it as, but it is what it is.
Oh, he thought you was trying to shade me saying I needed a man. And I saw you when you said I needed some sex, too. I might do.
Right, but it was a joke because I was like, every time I get on here for the last week, it's been black men bashing. So that's why I'm like, okay, Michelle, you probably need a man, girl.
You know what? You might have a point. I do. But Zill's got on me about that before. But my thing is, I can only speak from my perspective. I cannot speak from the male perspective and the female perspective. I can only speak from what I see. So if that's what I see, then that's why I open up the lines for y'all to call in. If you see something different, if it's not, you don't want me to male bash, so-called male bash, then, speak on it.
Well, I feel like it was just a lot, so that's why I spoke on it. But if we can't text into anything in the comments, so then I'll just stop coming.
Oh, he said he did it because you said I needed some sex. And he didn't. And he said, but if it was jokes, he apologizes. You got another apology, Jay. Zill said he's sorry.
Okay, thank you. But I'm like, I like Bill, and I was coming, and I had tagged Bill, and I was like, no more mailback, and I was like, right, Bill, because he always throwing shade,
right.
So I was being funny. So it's all love. I'm at work, so that's why I couldn't really call in. So I got to go. I just have to put my name to the air.
I appreciate you.
All right. Have a good day, and I like your hair.
Thank you. You have a good day too. Bye-bye. I'm definitely gonna male bash. Well, Zills, you female bash. Misogyny is real. I don't know why y'all act like it's not. I mean, it is. And as a black woman, I experience it. Come on now. I can't speak on it just because. Anyway. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you haven't already, visit straightfromtha.com. Thank you guys. I apologize to those who were victim of bot. He's learning. And, next chat, he will be better. I promise. Because we're going to go and we're going to tweak it and we're going to make it all good. So, he said the black male hate is real also. Yeah, C. Patterson, I agree. It is. But I do feel like black women hold black men down and black men don't hold us down. Hence the Katt Williams interview. Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. We always have black men's back. But most of the time, they don't have our back. They'll sit around and snicker and laugh and giggle as we get dragged and roasted. Misogynoir. Yes. Yes. A man don't tell a woman she needs sex. That's true. He said he was joking. We're going to leave it at that. So, Anyway, you guys, if you haven't already liked this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys later. Thank you for, tuning in, because again, like I said, I'm just testing and playing and all of that. I'm learning just like a bunch of you are learning. So, even though I'm the blog goddess, I'm not the YouTube goddess. I'm just learning my way on these YouTube streets, and I appreciate y'all who have been down from the beginning, who are around while I'm learning. So I will see y'all a little later. Bye.